Food, water, air, shelter. What do these four things have in common? They are all things that we as living organisms need to survive. Now, let's talk about my favorite of the four, food. Agricultural production accounts for 30% of land use. Manufacturing and transporting food, in addition to the use of synthetic pesticides and fertilizers, also releases fuel into Earth's atmosphere. Livestock undergo the process of enteric fermentation, or to put it simply, they burp out methane. Yay! So, how do we fix the impact that food has on climate change? Lab-grown food. Canada's Food Guide recommends servings from 4 different food groups, with the biggest climate impacts coming from meat and dairy. Lab-grown meat extracts an animal's stem cells and multiplies them into muscle fibers until there's enough to make up meat. It is then grown, mixed, minced, and dyed. So you probably think this tastes bad, right? Wrong. Consumers reported that lab-grown meat tastes as good or almost as good as the real thing. One study suggests that lab-grown meat will cut down the need for 99% of the land and 90% of the water needed for agricultural production. With the need for meat and seafood doubling to 1.2 trillion pounds by 2050, we need to pursue this technique. Lab-grown milk is produced by using microbes to grow dairy proteins. These can then be transferred to milk, cheese, ice cream, you name it, it's possible. These projects are not small either, with startups raising millions of dollars. One example being Motif, which has raised $90 million in funding. It is our duty to protect Earth and take the measures necessary to help keep our prosperity. Lab-grown foods allow us to keep our lifestyles, yet still allow us to decrease the environmental impact we have.